Pregnancy can be exhausting and bring on a whole new set of aches and pains and tired muscles. In this video, I'm going to go through a bit of a stretching and foam rolling routine that you can do at home to help ease some of those aches and pains. Hey guys, my name is Alina Kennedy. I'm a physiotherapist and owner of therunnersphysio.com. In this video, we're going to go through a stretching and foam rolling routine. All you need is a tennis ball or a spiky ball and a foam roller. My dog's just stolen my tennis ball, so I'm going to use a spiky ball instead, but if you've got a tennis ball and your dog's not going to steal it, feel free to use that as well. So a spiky ball or a tennis ball, something that is fairly firm like this, is really great to use on some of those tight muscles to self-massage. And the first thing we're going to do with this massage ball is work through your glutes. So these muscles through your buttocks, the back of your pelvis. So this is an area that I think most pregnant women get some aching and soreness through. So because your pelvis moves around a bit when you're pregnant, so the ligaments around your pelvis loosen, it's really normal for those muscles around your pelvis, so around your glutes, to start to feel really tight and overworked. So by placing the ball just under that glute, so you're going to be sitting up, one leg is going to be straight, the other knee is bent, and you're just going to place that ball under your glute. So you're going to roll until you find a sore, tender spot, and then you're going to let your knee drop out to the side and come back up. Just gently working through that. Now, if that feels too intense, you can just find a spot and hold it there. So just hang out, let the ball do its job, and you're just going to chill out for about 30 seconds and then work your way to a different spot. Put as much pressure through that as you can tolerate, and hold it there. And when I say the amount of pressure that you can tolerate, you should be able to still breathe comfortably and hold a conversation as the ball is sitting there. So don't clench your muscles, don't hold your breath while that ball is sitting there. Now, if that feels pretty tolerable and you want a little bit more pressure, you can lift yourself up and apply a little bit more pressure through those muscles. Again, either holding it there or doing some leg movements. So we're going to do one side, and then we're also going to swap and do the other side. So same thing, placing the ball under that glute, finding a tender spot, and then either holding it there or doing some leg movements. Now, a spiky ball is a bit more intense than a tennis ball, so it's a good place to start using the tennis ball if you haven't done this during pregnancy, or if you've never done this before. Definitely start with a tennis ball, and if that feels too easy, move on to something a little bit firmer like a lacrosse ball or a spiky ball. All right, the next exercise, we're still going to be using the massage ball. We're going to work through your calves. So these ones are really great for those tight calf muscles. And all you're going to do is place the ball under your calf and roll up and down. So you can do what you did with the glutes, where you just found a spot and held it there. Or you can roll up and down like this. I like to do a combination of both. So I will start by just rolling up and down. Make sure you get the outside portion of your calf and also the inside portion of your calf, so that you're really working through all of those muscle groups. And if you do find like a particularly tight spot, what I like to do is hold it there, place my other foot on top, and that you're really controlling how much pressure you put on it. So don't put too much pressure through that, but then just hold it there, hang out. Or if you really want, you can move your foot around, and that's going to get a little bit more movement through the muscle and release it even further. Awesome, and then doing the other side as well. To get the ball under your calf and roll up and down. Working through all of those tight bits in the muscle. The inside, the outside. Stop on some of those particularly tight bits. You can place your other leg on top and roll your foot around. A really good way to loosen up those calves. I find a lot of women struggle with calf tightness, especially by the end of the day. If you're on your feet a lot at work, you can start to get really tight calves that just affect your sleep and can be really uncomfortable. So that is it for the lacrosse ball. Now, I did want to quickly show you, you can do very similar things with the foam roller. So if you don't have a ball or if that seems too intense, you can release both your glutes. So just like we did with the ball, you can do the same thing using the foam roller. So because the foam roller has a wider surface area, it's not going to be as intense, but you're still going to get a really good massage doing it that way. And same thing with your calf. So you can roll up and down with your foam roller, doing it like that. So that is those ones. I also want to just quickly show you your upper back stretches here. So what we're going to do is just find a spot through your upper back, so around bra line, and then just going to do really gentle little back arches here. So just breathing through that. You don't want to go too far back, but just moving gently backwards. Make sure to keep your hips planted on the ground, don't lift them up. And just gently working your way through some of those joints in your upper back. Make sure to keep breathing as well. Don't hold your breath as you're doing this. Gently just working through some of those joints, loosening them up. All right, for the next exercise, we're still going to use the foam roller, but you're going to go onto your knees. You're going to sit back onto your heels, have your hand on your foam roller and gently roll it forward. Breathe as you go into this stretch and then roll up. Sit your hips down and roll forward, letting your chest drop down to the floor. Make sure your knees are separated to make room for your belly as well. Taking nice deep breaths as you go through this movement. That's the next exercise. Then we're going to move on to hands and knees. We're going to switch the foam roller to go long ways now. One hand is going to go on the floor. The foam roller is going to go in between that hand and the knee. Your other hand is going to sit on top of the foam roller. And then you're just going to move the roller out, reaching as far as you can in that direction, and then coming back. So you're rotating and reaching. This is a really good stretch for your back, especially along the sides of your back and behind your shoulder blade. And then try the other side as well. So foam rollers between your hand and your knee. Other hand is on top, and you're just reaching across as far as you can. Watch with this exercise as well that you're not collapsing through your hips, so try to keep your hips up and limit the movement to your shoulder and your upper body. You will of course have a little bit of movement through your hips, but try not to let them collapse down. All right, so the last exercise I'm going to go through, you won't need the foam roller if you don't want to use it. You're just going to sit like this with one leg out to the side, the other foot tucked in, and we're just going to go through a bit of a stretch for your hamstrings and your groin. So we're just going to do some really gentle rocking movements to start with. And then gently going into that stretch, you're bending through your side and just reaching for those toes as far as you comfortably can. If you can reach your toes and your feet, great. If not, go down as far as you comfortably can and hold it there. Make sure to keep breathing comfortably as you do this. If you want, you can increase the stretch by bringing your other hand up and over, and that's going to stretch all of those side muscles through your back. So we're going to hold this for about 30 seconds and then swap to the other side. So then that leg gets tucked in, the other leg is stretched out. We're going to lean sideways towards that leg, reach out, and just start with some gentle movements there and back. And then going into that stretch and holding. Breathe, try to let your body relax into the stretch. And if you want, bring your arm up and over to add a little bit of intensity to the stretch and stretching through your upper back as well as you do this. All right, there you have it, a couple of stretches and self-massage techniques you can use during pregnancy for those sore muscles. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. See you next time.